Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the University of Adelaide graduation ceremony. This afternoon's ceremony is for graduates from the Faculty of Arts, Business, Law and Economics. The ceremony will commence very shortly. The university has a contract photographer to provide photography services during the ceremony and is also filming a live stream which will be available on the university website. As such, if you wish to take photos, we would ask that you do so discreetly while remaining sitting in your seat, and please ensure that your phone or camera does not have flash turned on. To maintain the ceremony's sense of occasion, please switch off your mobile phones or turn them onto silent. In the case of an emergency, please follow the direction of staff members. The emergency assembly point is the Goodman Crescent Lawns to the western side of Bonython Hall, and the evacuation plan can be found on page 9 of the program. A reminder that COVID is still in our community, and as such, we do strongly recommend the wearing of masks, but it is not required in Bonython Hall. We'd also like to take a moment to say that if you do have any COVID-like symptoms, have recently tested positive or are awaiting a test result, you will need to vacate the building. Food and drink are not permitted within Bonython Hall, so if you have any open food or open drink, particularly coffee, please make yourself available to staff and we can dispose of this for you. And for safety reasons, guests are not to enter the galleries upstairs, and please do not sit on the steps or block any of the aisles. Thank you and enjoy the ceremony. The academic procession is about to enter the hall. We will be singing the national anthem, the words of which are on page 8 of the program. Please now stand if you are able for the academic procession and remain standing for the national anthem.
Australians, oh, let us rejoice, for we are one and free. We've golden soil and wealth for toil. Our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty, rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains, then let us sing, advance Australia fair.
Please be seated. I, Catherine Branson, Chancellor of the University of Adelaide, declare open this congregation convened for the purpose of presenting degrees. Distinguished guests, parents, friends, particularly those of you graduating today, welcome to this University of Adelaide graduation ceremony. Gana Miana, Gana Yata Nadlu Thampandi. In English, we recognise we're on the land of the Kaurna people. We acknowledge the Kaurna people, past and present, the traditional custodians of the Adelaide Plains, and thus of the land on which the University of Adelaide's campuses are all built. We acknowledge the Kaurna people's ongoing spiritual connection to this beautiful land. Graduation ceremonies are important and happy events. They give us the opportunity to recognise and applaud academic success and to recall that academic success is a private good, but not just a private good. It is a good for all communities. Graduates, your personal graduation is an event in which you can take great pride. I'm sure your family and your colleagues and friends take pride with you. The University of Adelaide certainly takes pride in your success. Graduation day might well be a time for you to reflect, to think what brought you to this place today and where your future will now take you. Wherever your future life takes you, I'm confident that the knowledge you've gained here, the skills you've learned and developed, will stand you in very good stead, not just in your working professional lives, but we hope in all aspects of your lives. It now gives me great pleasure to introduce to you today's graduation orator, Rachel Heeley, who is the co-artistic director of the most recent Adelaide Festival. Originally from Adelaide, Rachel is a graduate of this university, studying a Bachelor of Arts here. She's an esteemed arts and cultural leader. She's worked in that sector for more than 30 years, including as Director of Performing Arts for the Sydney Opera House and General Manager of Sydney's Belvoir Street Theatre. She was also Executive Manager Culture for the City of Sydney. Rachel, along with Theatre and Opera Director Neil Armfield, served as Joint Artistic Directors of the Adelaide Festival from 2015 until last month, although Rachel lets me know she's actually still working quite hard for the Adelaide Festival. They have led the organisation through a period of unprecedented critical acclaim and growth, in which box office income doubled, private support grew by nearly 40 times previous levels, attendance has increased by more than 50%. Their ability to secure extraordinary international work significantly increased interstate visitations and economic value to South Australia. Throughout her career, Rachel has served on many boards and government advisory bodies, including the Sydney Opera House Trust, Live Performance Australia, and major performing arts boards of the Australia Council. She currently serves as Joint Chair of Adelaide University's Creativity and Culture Industry Advisory Board, Chair of the Federal Government's Creative Economy Task Force, and Chair of Karklu Youth Arts Centre. In 2019, this university awarded Rachel the honorary degree of Doctor of the University, honoris causa, for her exceptional dedication and service to the arts in Australia. We are privileged to hear Rachel speak today. Please join me in welcoming her.
Chancellor, the Honourable Catherine Branson, ACQC, Vice-Chancellor and President Professor Peter Hoy, distinguished guests, members of staff, and especially graduates. First off, I'd like to also acknowledge that the land we meet on today is the traditional lands for the Kaurna people and that we respect their spiritual relationship with their country. We also acknowledge the Kaurna people as the traditional custodians of the Adelaide region and that their cultural and heritage beliefs are still as important to the living Kaurna people today. Graduation day is an auspicious and joyful day in one's life, even if, like a Wagner opera, it requires a change in the way one perceives time. I have been tasked with adding even more words to this liminal space between organ prelude and the moment where you can feel the quadrangle grass beneath your feet and allow your mortarboards to discover their inner frisbees. First and most importantly, congratulations to you all for staying the course, putting in the effort, feeding your minds and readying yourself to make your marks on the world, and all in the midst of a global pandemic. Attaining as you have degrees in arts, business, economics and public policy indicates that collectively you have a firm grasp of the 3 R's. In looking to the future, I invite you to consider 3 C's: collaboration, citizenship and creativity. My first C word is collaboration. The day of the auteur, the top-down autocratic decision-maker, is coming to a close. This is, after all, the age when upward mentoring comes into its own. Thuggish, alpha male, profit and results-driven modus operandi are slowly being superseded by business models that genuinely value the culture of a collaborative work environment and the interpersonal relationships that nourish it. That's not to underplay the fact that all of you will be inheriting the consequences of some profound misjudgments and spectacular wrong thinking on the part of prior generations. This will make any attempts to stand on the shoulders of those giants a perilous balancing act. Without wanting to bring down the celebratory mood, you will be entering the workforce as humanity enters the critical decade for its survival. As Grace Tame and Greta Thunberg have shown us, speaking truth to power is not only possible, but urgently needed. Good managers realise this and will need your collaborative ideas. We need to hold on to civility and mutual understanding, lest the possibility of a common world is erased. Which brings me to my next C, citizenship. It's time to ask ourselves, what does being a good citizen in a digital world mean personally, professionally, and at the community, national and global level? Acclaimed Australian writer Christos Tsiolkas is one of many thinkers who has recently expressed his alarm and despair at the contemporary preponderance of a kind of rage that can only be satiated by the total destruction of the other person. He despairs at the level of openly vented hatred and contempt that is now deemed acceptable and politically justified, even within families and between former friends. In life, things are very nuanced, but in the public sphere or on social media, the nuance disappears and it becomes either or. I'm really scared of surety because of the consequences of surety in religion and politics. I would argue that being a responsible digital citizen today is more than just refraining from participating in a social media pile-on. It is also about recognising the slow but unyielding toll digital life may take on you and those around you, and being alert to its harm, particularly as you go into the next phase of your lives. Don't get me wrong, digital technologies have brought so many benefits to our lives. As Kim Williams has described it, we are all participants in the largest power transfer in human history, that from producers to consumers, the largest citizen empowerment change in human history. With this comes a new paradigm for business, government, and personal agency in every facet of our lives, but it has a dark side. Higher levels of loneliness, envy, anxiety, depression, and narcissism, and its correlation to the amount of time spent online are now well known, and it means as a generation you are potentially facing internal battles that your parents and teachers just never experienced, and therefore have no personal testimony to help you navigate those uncharted waters. Many young people engage in strenuous impression management through the practice of regularly posting pictures, videos, status updates, comments or posts, and in doing so filtering reality with the purpose of getting the approval and admiration of others. And for those receiving such posts, it's all too easy to look into that small screen and believe that everyone else is having more fun, is being invited to more parties, is looking hotter, is achieving more, is living a much more fulfilling and happier life. Knowing that it is an unrealistic, heavily sanitised and filtered version of reality does not come easy when there is an endless, dripping tap broadcast of a thrilling highlight reel from other people's lives. This is uncharted territory for our species. We don't yet fully understand the impact this technology is having on how we concentrate, read, and think, or how it impacts our ability to forge healthy social connection. So as you start your careers, it is crucial to take huge care of your mental health by being conscious of your digital engagement habits in your personal realm as much as the professional and civic realm. Good citizenship means enjoying the benefits while being alert to the risks and dangers to ourselves and the communities in which we live and serve. My third C is creativity. I have spent all my working life supporting and enabling audiences to connect with artists and the value of the arts, be it music, visual arts, dance, theatre, opera, because they provide emotional nourishment and a means by which we might witness the frontiers of human creative imagination, a key into intellectual and sensory worlds that offer new and unexpected ways of interpreting our lives. Culture connects all of humanity across the planet and across time. Scientific and LORE, law-based culture, describes the place into which we were born and attempts to understand its workings. But art is about the inner world of emotion, dreams, and things that can't be expressed in any other way. It teaches us about beauty and the enduring value of human creative effort. Creativity is the spark, the new insight, the tangential idea, the ice-breaking quip. It's what I seek every day of my working life. It's certainly what I thirst for in the mind-numbing tedium of back-to-back meetings. It's what I thank my stars for when a solution to something intractable suddenly falls into my lap. You all have access to it. Creativity thrives on openness to unfamiliar ideas. It can be used in all aspects of your work. I predict increasingly into the future, success is defined by the capacity to take the tools from sometimes siloed disciplines into new contexts and to start imagining new kinds of relationships and connections. It means taking on the complexities and contradictions of these environments too, with agility, speed, responsiveness, and a capacity to use creativity to disrupt established norms. I have a hunch I'm now well past my allotted 5 minutes. There is a fine line between a graduation speech and a hostage situation, so I will conclude. Today marks a significant milestone for you all. You've proved you have the capacity to work to a brief, meet deadlines, defend your intellectual choices, and interrogate problems in ways that are as unique as you are. There will soon be further opportunities to test not just what you know, but how you can take this knowledge into new contexts, how your skills might help tackle the social and cultural challenges of our age. It means staying endlessly curious about the problems and contradictions of our world and being confident that you have the tools, networks, and new world order to contribute to the solutions. Back yourself. I wish you all careers full of absorbing problems, thrilling solutions, and personal happiness.
On behalf of the graduates and their families attending today, I would like to thank Rachel Healey for her stimulating and inspiring address. We are honoured that you have taken the time to join us on this special day to share with us your thoughts and experiences. Your words of encouragement and advice are greatly appreciated. They remind us that education places upon us an enduring responsibility to make the best possible use of our talents and to contribute to the betterment of society in whichever way we can. Please join me in once again thanking Rachel Healey.
I will now receive the candidates for degrees. I call on the Vice-Chancellor and President.
Chancellor, I, Professor Peter Hoy, Vice-Chancellor and President of the University of Adelaide, certify to you and to the whole university that the graduates who will be presented to you have all fulfilled the conditions prescribed for admission to the award for which they are so presented.
I, Catherine Branson, Chancellor of the University of Adelaide, by virtue of the power committed to me by the University, confirm that each graduate is admitted to the rank and privileges of a holder of the award in the University of Adelaide, for which they are so presented. I call on the Interim Head of the School of Social Sciences, Melissa Nursey-Bray, to present the graduates.
Chancellor, I, Interim Head of the School of Social Sciences, Melissa Nursey-Bray, present to you graduates from the Faculty of Arts, Business, Law and Economics. To the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Yasin Abdullahi. Tracy Leanne Allen. Christopher Leo Barry. Marnie Allison Bennett. Catherine Margaret Louise Brand. Janiyah Lee Callahan. Gina Caltabano. Natasha K. Carson. Andrew Bruce Chapman. Bethany Jane Clark. Also receiving the Diploma in Languages, Thomas James Conboy. Claudia Daloya. Michael John Davey. Nicholas Garwood Dawes. Artur Marek Gamrat. Ellen Amy Herman. Antoinetta Juanita Removic. Isaac Ned Hughes. Chloe Jones. Philip Kingsley John Jones. Matthew James Kazmarek. Juliana Kozhnevikov. Luka Krivokapic. Rami Pawa Lawson. Tai Hai Le. Leah Jade Markovic. James Michael McDonnell. Jackson Connor Maloney. Lucy Sarah Mooney. Eliza Margaret Pryor Nichols. Jeffrey David Parsons. William Joseph Peake. Brianna Nicole Pollard. Rebecca Joy Pooley. Lewis Jonathan Ridley. Susan Kate Roberts. Belinda Catherine Rutherford. Megan K. Schwarzkopf. Nicholas Edward Scott. Suvam Sina. Helena Snelling. Michael Sosa. Arnika Lisa Stanish. Kanisha Merva Eileen Temple Varco. Ella Tu. Charlotte Grace Thompson. Gemma Lauren Marie Thorne. Robert David Thorpe. Kristen William Tormey. Cassia Rachel Trenholm. Amelia Page Valelonga. Michelle Vo. Alisa Jane Wallwork. Alessandra Marie Waterson. David Ian Watt. Liliana Maeve Widdop. Also receiving the Diploma in Languages, Caitlin Sarah Withers. And Shana Selena Lee Worrell. Chancellor, this concludes the graduates from the Faculty of Arts, Business, Law and Economics.
Chancellor, I, Dean of the Adelaide Business School, Professor Noel Lindsay, present to you graduates of the Adelaide Business School. To the Professional Certificate in Defence Industry Leadership, Oscar Fiorinotto. Benjamin Richard Golubioski. And Tony Mackay. to the degree of Bachelor of Finance, and also receiving the degree of Bachelor of Mathematical and Computer Sciences, Amy Brooks-Burvey. Alec Brothers. Benjamin Gordon Kane. Jingchen Qiao. Also receiving the degree of Bachelor of Mathematical and Computer Sciences, Jonathan Robert Chapman. Also receiving the degree of Bachelor of Mathematical and Computer Sciences, Cameron James Cornell. Isaac Xavier Elias. Also receiving the degree of Bachelor of Economics, Mark English. Also receiving the degree of Bachelor of Economics, Zachary Mark Bourne Golding. Also receiving the degree of Bachelor of Economics, Dylan James Holliday. He Huang. Also receiving the degree of Bachelor of Economics, Emmanuel Kutelis. Hu Yin Lin Le. Nguyen Kim Tu Le. Luo Yen Li. Kai Li. Shenwei Lu. Zhou Yi Lom. Yugo Ma. Also receiving the degree of Bachelor of Economics, Wilson Otto. Also receiving the degree of Bachelor of Economics, Benjamin James Peterson. Brian Wei Chen Kwa. Bao Long Tran. Also receiving the degree of Bachelor of Environmental Policy and Management, Eloise Page Trickett. Samuel Paul Vale. Also receiving the degree of Bachelor of Mathematical and Computer Sciences, Hugo Paul Wallace. Li Wong. Also receiving the degree of Bachelor of Mathematical and Computer Sciences, Zachary Paul Weigold. And Nicole Jocelyn White. To the honours degree of Bachelor of Commerce, Harrison James Topico. Amy Laura Yench Gatechans. Caitlin Erin Pink. Panayoti Sarakas. Lachlan Thomas Schomburg. Lokugan Hiwaj Ruhani and Ghana Silva. Amber Elizabeth Benning. And Georgia Wastel. To the Graduate Certificate in Business Administration, Alejandro Gabriel Arias. Marina Bogdan. Florence Nishimwe Mudaher Anwar. And Cory Batana. To the graduate certificate in Applied Project Management, Annie Carroll. And Aubrey Benjamin Slater. To the Graduate Diploma in Commerce, Francesco Michael Maisi. To the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, for a thesis entitled Opportunity Attitude, Extending Entrepreneurial Opportunity Evaluation Beyond Cognition, Binyam Zaudi L.A. Mayahu. For a thesis entitled Understanding the Value of an MBA by Exploring the Perspectives MBA Students and Graduates Have of their MBA, an Interpretive Phenomenological Analysis, Ankit Agarwal. For a thesis entitled Investigating Knowledge and Business Model Innovation for Startup Success, Peter Guckenbiel. For a thesis entitled Exploring the Factors that Have an Impact on the Implementation of Industry 4.0, Christian Hoyer. And for a thesis entitled Necessity of Soft Skills for Project Managers and the Contribution to Project Success, Richa Galati. Chancellor, this concludes the graduates from the Adelaide Business School.
Chancellor, I, Head of the School of Economics and Public Policy, Professor Fiona Yap, present to you graduates from the School of Economics and Public Policy. To the degree of Bachelor of Economics, Mohammad Hafiz Azel Aminuddin. Scott Belcher. Also receiving the degree of Bachelor of International Studies, Connor Kennedy Bignell. Also receiving the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Grace Neil Billy. Samuel Vincenzo Borelli. Also receiving the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Philippa Kate Cooper Braun. Rachel Hannah Chapman. Joshua Thomas Henderson. Jacob Adrian Keogh. Apurva Pravin Kari. Visuddha Kemala. Also receiving the degree of Bachelor of International Relations, Georgina Kine. Tom Charles Leggett. Liang Lior. Lachlan Ryan McCabe. Bryce Povey. Punkuruli Purusho Tu Mun. Also receiving the degree of Bachelor of Corporate Finance, Natayot Tibat. Caleb Adam Watson. And Yuting Xu. To the degree of Bachelor of Economics Advanced, also receiving the degree of Bachelor of Finance, William Corin. Rebecca Neris Gibbons. Zach Thomas Grant. Zachariah Jacob Hayton. Ethan Lee. Samuel Leo McCabe. Brooke Anthony Nelson. Lachan Tran Katie Nguyen. Also receiving the degree of Bachelor of Finance, Isaac Penglis. William Pincob. Also receiving the degree of Bachelor of Mathematical Sciences, Matthew George Rickey. Ashley Suzanne Rogers. And Tiasha Selvane Naegam. To the honors degree of Bachelor of Economics, Jaden Daniel Byrne. Travis Dale. Angus Jack Edwards. Lauren Kate Fletcher. Nathaniel Anton Gradisa. Shan Jayawardana. Andre Michael Anesli Pereira. James David Roda. Matthew William Ryan. Madison Victoria Terrell. And Violetta Peyevich. To the Graduate Diploma in Applied Economics, Guan Yuan Lai. To the degree of Master of International Trade and Development, Joshua Luke McMullen. Alexander James Mueller. Madeleine Kate Pemberton. To the degree of Master of Global Food and Agricultural Business, Guttam Teja Bodulum. Alfie Dawson. Nageswara Nao Ikambram. Eva Wanjira Gitonga. Jeffrey Imbarash. Joseph Naveen Jesura. Lei Kang. Chen Liu. Naveen Maran. Hamish McNeil Probert. Gana Prabhu Semalaipan Porash. Gina Vipulshan. Kenkata Akhil Reddy Surasani. And Gautam Mayan Talukdar. To the degree of Master of Applied Economics, Irene Teresa Baby. And Samuel Oscar Collins. To the degree of Master of Agribusiness, Samantha Lee Newman. To the degree of Master of Advanced Economics, Ashak Faraman. To the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, for a thesis entitled Essays on the Macroeconomic Impact of Monetary Policy, Fiscal Policy, and Financial Development, and Empirical Investigation, Ayesha Akhtar. For a thesis entitled Impact of Financial Inclusion and Liberalization on ASEAN Economic Development, Sere Shia. For a thesis entitled Child Well-Being and Economic Development, Evidence from Indonesia, Danusha Gunasila Jayawardana. For a thesis entitled 3 Essays in Development Economics, Meenakshi Sudaram Ponusami. And for a thesis entitled Trade Costs, Trade Facilitation, and Agri-Food Exports in Central Asia, Afinura Sharafeyeva. Chancellor, this now concludes the presentation of graduates from the School of Economics and Public Policy and for this ceremony.
Thank you. Chancellor, every year the university presents university medals to acknowledge the most outstanding graduates in each faculty who have completed a University of Adelaide bachelor's degree with honours or bachelor's degree of at least 4 years duration. The university medals are awarded to them for their consistent outstanding performance across the whole of their undergraduate studies. I, Professor Peter Hoy, Vice-Chancellor and President of the University of Adelaide, present to you a recipient of the 2021 University Medal from the Faculty of Arts, Business, Law and Economics, Lauren Kate Fletcher. And Lachlan Thomas Schomburg. Well done.
I'm very pleased now to introduce to you Nicholas Garwood Dawes, who was presented this afternoon with the Bachelor of Arts. Nicholas will now give the valedictory address on behalf of the cohort of graduates who received their awards this afternoon.
Hello, graduates, friends, and family. It is a privilege to be speaking before you today. A few years ago, a friend of mine told me about a commencement speech he listened to by the late writer David Foster Wallace. It's a speech Wallace gave to the graduates of Kenyon College in 2005, and it's called This is Water. In the speech, Wallace urges his graduating audience to remember the real lesson of their liberal arts education, how to think. That is, while other tertiary disciplines emphasize teaching students what to think, the liberal arts education enables graduates to cross the threshold into adult life with a worldlier perspective, one that enables a perception of the world as it truly is. And while I now realize that this isn't only a graduation ceremony for arts graduates, I believe that the same can be said for all of us. To perceive the world as it truly is of course not easy. Consider this parable. There are these two young fish swimming along, and they happen to meet an older fish swimming the other way, who nods at them and says, "Morning, boys, how's the water?" The two young fish swim on for a bit, and then eventually one of them looks at the other and goes, "What the hell is water?" This is how Foster Wallace describes our struggle to perceive the world as it truly is. Some truths are so obvious that we forget to be aware of them, and they become hidden from us. This is why how we think is so important. It is how we think that provides us with the tools to examine the world that is really there, not the one we might at first perceive. I'm certain that many of us, now at the end of our education and deciding what to do with our lives, look out at the world and want to create some sort of change. And yet at first we might perceive ourselves as too small, the world too big, and each of us is nothing more than one drop in a parabolic ocean. I want to change how we think about that. How we think about the world shapes us as people and determines the types of lives we lead. How we think becomes what we think, and what we think becomes who we are. We can be ignorant and enslaved to simplistic thoughts and mischaracterizations. We can be stagnant and content to remain in the status quos of our lives, naive to the possibilities that stand before us. Or we can bring our educated awareness with us, bring it with us in every moment, and make learned decisions on how to act, how to behave, what to say, what to think. It is through our education here that we can enact this third possibility. What I have learned at the University of Adelaide, I will take with me forever. My experiences here have brought me goodness like a gift. I leave you today with a quote from Adam Ewing of David Mitchell's novel Cloud Atlas. Throughout Cloud Atlas, Ewing receives a first-hand education of the world, and at the end of this education and deciding what to do with his life, he joins the abolitionist cause to end slavery. Ewing's father-in-law stands in ideological opposition, and Ewing imagines a future conversation between the two. In this conversation, Ewing's father-in-law tells Ewing that his attempt to create change in the world is futile, and that Ewing will lie on his deathbed believing his life to have amounted to no more than one drop in a limitless ocean. Ewing's reply is simple. He says, "Yet what is any ocean but a multitude of drops?" Thank you.
It gives me great pleasure now to congratulate, as a group, all of you who received your awards today. Be proud of what you've achieved, but don't forget those who supported you along your way. Your family, your relatives, no doubt your colleagues while you were studying, but also the fine staff of this world-class university. I wish you every success as you embark on this new stage of your career. As graduates of the University of Adelaide, you are also its alumni and its ambassadors. Over the years since this university was established nearly 150 years ago, its alumni have made enormous contributions to their community, wherever that community has been in the world. Today, you join this group of more than 150,000 alumni of this university who can be found in more than 147 countries of the world. We have 21 global alumni networks, including 8 international networks. I hope you will give some thought to joining one of these networks and maintaining your links to this university. Let me now thank the Mace Bearer, Lucy Fletcher, also the valedictorian, Nicholas Dawes, and everyone who contributed to the smooth running of today's event. I ask now that all of the graduates remain seated, while I invite everybody else who comfortably can to stand and join with me in one last show of recognition of the achievements of today's graduates. Would the audience please remain standing, and I ask the graduates now to stand for the academic recession. Once the academic recession has left the hall, we ask our guests to stay in their place. The staff of the university will assist them to exit this hall. I now declare this congregation adjourned.